We'll be discussing about Super Eagles match against Super Eagles World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho and Benin Republic. So as it stands currently, the Super Eagles are on 11 points. They currently sit third in the Group D of the World Cup qualifiers. They are currently being led in the group by Benin Republic and the South Africa. So as it stands, the Super Eagles must win their remaining two matches to secure or to bargain on luck to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. But as it stands, the Super Eagles might not be heading to the World Cup. But let's play that luck will be on our side. So I'll start with you, IBB. What must the Super Eagles do to make it to 2026 World Cup?
Thank you very much for the question. It's so painful that at this point in time, I haven't played so many matches. I haven't played about 8 matches. We are only able to accumulate just 11 points. And considering the group we are and the kind of expectations we are having for the kind of players we have at our disposal, the likes of Victor Osimhen, the likes of Boniface, Arokodare, Trust Ekong, the experience, Wilfred Ndidi, Oyekuru, and this Brentford guy, Onyeka, we have enough of experience and quality in the squad that we expect much more from Nigerians. We are at a disadvantage already, and it will take a lot for us to qualify. But the only thing I can say to them is that even if any mishap is going to happen to maybe Benin Republic or South Africa, Nigeria should be ready to take the chance. And so they need to do their job the last 2 games of the group stage. Then we'll see what happens.
Dari, currently the Super Eagles has played 8 matches in that group. They have scored 9 goals. They have conceded 7 goals. I want us to focus on this side of it. Why does Super Eagles have to score just only 9 goals in 8 matches? And also at the same time, they have conceded 7 goals. Does it mean that we don't have that quality in that team? Or does it mean that our players are not committed? Or we don't have a coach to put the right formation or the right ideology into these players? Elaborate on it. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think about it?
The kind of player we have.
No. Why are we just scoring only 9 goals and conceding 7?
The question is, why are we not creating chances to score goal? No, why are we not scoring?
We are creating chances. We've missed a lot of chances as well.
Which chances are you creating?
You watch our.
If you look at the African football, it's always a low scoring game.
No, but South Africa, before they were deducted goals, they had, I think, 11 goals difference. No, they had, I think, 6 goals difference also in that this thing.
6 goals difference.
6 goals difference.
Good. If Nigeria as a team have just 2 goal difference, and the person topping the group before the deduction had 6 goal difference, then it means that all the teams are not scoring goals. The only issue with Nigeria, I think they have, is the creativity. There's a difference between big chance and you just creating chance. That's why we are current with all this sporting app and football app, more betting app. You see where they will write big chance. So there are some chances that they will just count it as chance. To me, it's not even a good for me chance. Nigeria as a team have played as if, how will I put it? You can't actually blame the coach. You can't even blame the player. Sometimes I will just see that some match you blame coach, some match you blame player. Then I will now be like, who are we even going to hold? At the end of the day, if we did not qualify, who are we going to hold responsible? Okay, let's look at the lineup. Who do we have in the midfield?
We currently have
Iwobi,
Ndidi, Christiansen Suche, Oyeka, and Hassan Yusuf in that.
How many of them can guarantee you 10 assists in a season? Apart from, let me say, Iwobi, that even the Iwobi when it comes to Super Eagles is not actually living up to the expectation, but Iwobi has been trying. Let's just remove sentiment about. So how many of these players you mentioned, if even these our away team, we play like, let's be realistic. Then when it comes to Chelsea, all these big club, how many of them can can just be like enter the first 11 and make immediate impact? Like, okay, create chances, I have assists, not just doing passing, can give you the chance that will make you score goals. If your striker, former African best player Osimhen, can be banging goals in Galatasaray, banging goals in Napoli, then he will come to the Super Eagles, that is national duty, and he will fail to score. Then the question is not about the striker.
But Osimhen has been scoring. I think during the World Cup qualifiers, I think he has scored 3 goals.
Yes.
Or 3 goals.
Someone as Osimhen caliber scored 3 goals. Osimhen should be compared with the likes of Haaland.
But that is where that means you are trying to say that we have not been productive, or that we have not been creative.
The creativity is not there. They might, okay.
Is it okay?
Let me just break it down to you. Someone will cross ball, they go count am as chance. But we don't see Nigeria crosses before. So that we just say how place go just knock leg for ball. And but they go count am as chance for you. Shey Osimhen wan kill himself. Sometimes for the 90 minutes, Osimhen will have to be chasing the ball. We are still playing kick and follow in 2025.
That means what you are saying is that we don't have the quality in the team.
No quality. So if you are not talking about the quality, you can't now blame the player that we had, because you can't. Someone that don't have something, you can't expect him to give it to you.
Still, currently we have played 8 matches, like I said earlier, and in that 8 matches we have drawn 5. We have only won 2 games in that group, and we have lost 1 against Benin Republic. So the question I'm trying to ask is, if a team like Nigeria has to draw against Lesotho, draw against Zimbabwe, draw against Rwanda, does it mean that Nigerian players are not showing character when they are representing the Super Eagles?
Apart from character, what I observe when it comes to Nigeria as a whole, as a player, as a team, is that we are lacking one thing about structure. When we are playing and there's no formidable structure that you can build on, there's no any kind of material that you can introduce that is going to show. For example, when they asked Salah who is he expecting to win the league, he was pointing at Arsenal due to the structure that they have already having
Put in place, yes.
because when we are talking about all this South Africa, most of their players, they are home-based players, so it's easy for them to know to understand the kind of game that they are going to play. Unlike us, that it's hardly for us to pick like 2 players that they are playing together. When it comes to foreign playing, when they go back to their main club, sure you understand. Unlike South Africa, most of their players that they are playing together. So in terms of that structure is not there, and we are still having the manager that, for me, I don't think is capable enough to take us to the next level that we are expecting. Yeah, I don't think he's capable enough, because we saw what he did in Mali. A manager that took Mali to
what's Mali doing African Nations Cup? Do you have watch how they were impressive passes? They were dominating games. They were unlucky, I think, against Abukos. Abukos was the one that knocked them out. So they were unlucky. But you saw the structure, the pressing. They have that pressing ability. They press you.
To tell you that, that is what I'm saying. It's easy for him to identify the kind of players.
So why have you identified it?
Hold on, please. In Mali, how many star players do you want to call in Mali? Nobody.
They are not much, but I think they have good players. Like Bissouma is there.
It's only Bazoum that everybody is seeing as their star players. Unlike Nigeria, that we have many players. It's very hard for you that you have Osimhen and you are going to bench him if it's not performing for you. Definitely, if it's not performing or is performing, you got to start him. That is what we are calling about.
So what you are trying to say is that the coach is yet to identify the players' abilities in that team. Is that what
That's
you're
what I'm
saying?
saying.
Okay.
For me personally, they should have allowed this Ogenetro Abi.
No, not Gordon.
Sorry.
That is what's his name again? Huh? The one that took us to the Nations Cup. The one that took us to the Nations Cup.
Yes.
Pesero.
Pasero. Sorry. Pasero should have taken over because so far so good. I think Pasero has been getting the team right in terms of the selection, the kind of players that he has in his disposal. Sure, you understand? Look at what happened in our the last tournament that we went for in Nations Cup. At least so far so good. Nigeria really did well in that tournament. So a manager that can build that kind of set of players, I'm expecting him to do so well.
But it was not his fault. He was willing to work because before the Nations Cup, the NFF gave him a contract proposal that he should take pay cut, which he accepted.
Why will you ask him to pay? You should accept a pay cut.
He accepted it.
For,
I think one of the reasons why he accepted it is he believed that he has not been given that chance to prove to Nigerians what he can do. So finally he took a pay cut, then took us to the Nations Cup, took us to the final and lost. Then when the contract expired, the Nigerian national, the NFF wanted him to continue with the salary, and he said no, you have to increase my salary. At least you have seen what I can do. The NFF doesn't want, so they let him go.
But he deserves that kind of salary that he's requesting for.
So that is where NFF comes in.
To tell you that we are not having good structure. NFF self, who are they in that NFF? Are they those people that have football hearts? Do they know anything when it comes to sports? When it comes to football? It's not you just go and bring anybody from anywhere that should come and be like NFF president that does not have any when it comes to football IQ. So a lot of things is going on against Nigeria. We have that quality, we have that material, but when it comes to let's put it together, we are getting it wrong.
IBB, I want to ask you something. For our misfortune so far in the World Cup qualifiers, are NFF to take some games? That is our football administration. Do they have any blame to take?
Yeah, I would accredit some blame to them because of their inability to retain Pesero, because so far so good. I think that was the last time Nigeria played good football. When we had Pesero as our coach.
I won't say we played good football. We had a structure.
During AFCON, during AFCON, I think that was the last time people believed in Nigeria to a very large extent. And you don't win matches without playing good football. Even though good football is the time good football now, you want to turn it to tiki-taka, play papa and all of that. But the kind of ball we play in Africa is what we play. There's no way. It was making mention of the quality of play. And and I think that's the mishap that is happening to us. Our expectations as Nigerians are very high because we have European talent. We have players who are competing out there, on their own and stuff. So when you bring them home, we are expecting for them to bring the same level. But unfortunately, the kind of football we play in Africa football cannot be brought back to Africa. I don't know if you are getting it now. So there is a certain way we play here in Africa, and that they need to adapt to. And so I think that's the major difficulty we're having. If you look at the European giants, they have players playing in top clubs. When they go to their national teams, they play similar styles. I don't know if you are getting it. They play similar styles. They have teammates around. Everything. Football is a lot of things. It's about culture too. So when you now bring these players, they come home, and I think there is togetherness in the Nigerian camp. Whenever they come together, you see there is always togetherness. You see them making videos, posting online. You see them doing training and everything. You see them doing all of this stuff. But the kind of football we play in Africa is quite different from what we have. So the last person who took us as far as the final in 2024, right? Sure. 2024 was it 2024 or 2023?
That's 2024.
2024. Pesero took us to the final, and we all had high expectation. but we lost the game at the dying minute, and it was very, very unfortunate for him not to deliver that trophy. And I think his performance deserved a raise. So I don't know. It all boils down to the kind of system we have in the country.
During the World Cup qualifier, we had Finidi George, and I think one thing Finidi George complained about is that there is lack of discipline in the Super Eagles team. Then he was sacked. Then they brought in Eguavon too. He did not perform to that expectation. Then they brought in Elichere, who is still there now. Elichere has not performed to the expectation because somebody like Sunday Olise said that he is yet to understand the type of football he plays. So most Nigerians have not seen that structure, but I've seen him use formations like 4-1-4-1. I think he used that 4-1-4-1 because Nigeria has strength in attacks. He needed to put pressure on the attack where we have that strength. I've also seen him go 4-3-3. So, but looking at it, do you think that we also have coaches problem? And does Nigeria have that coaching problem?
If they give you the job, what can you do?
He was given the job already.
Did he do anything? Did he do anything?
He was also sacked. He was also sacked, and he also complained about lack of discipline in Nigeria's team as well.
So he's there and he never lack of discipline. He's not in a position to now blame a coach. If you are there and you don't perform due to some restriction, then you are not blaming your successor. That is not good. And you know that there is a problem. You did not have a problem. You did not challenge the system. You can't just blame the coach.
I think what he's trying to emphasize on is because of when it comes to our management, the kind of management that we have now, that kind of management that they are not even bothered about the sport himself when it comes to football. All they are after is about their own pocket, let's just put someone there. You understand? It's not someone that have that zeal that okay, we want to win something, we got to win something. So I think that's the factor that we are having now that is affecting Nigeria when it comes to the time. Because we have that, when we have that materials, we have the quality.
That I will not agree with. You said we have attackers, and that's why the coach is. That is my mindset actually. That we have attackers. But look at the attackers. Apart from let me see Osimhen and.
No, I said we are having that material.
That is the problem. We have the material. Apart from Lukman and Osimhen, at that front line. Can you, if you are a coach, you play to
Simon Moses also there.
Simon Moses, which big team Simon Moses play for?
He was Atlantis now at least FC.
Just imagine. All these guys, Nigeria will be the idea.
Why they are performing
What is
when it comes
these are the best we have.
That's the problem. That's saying we have quality. Those guys are quality.
In Africa, they are still quality.
Yes.
Yes.
So who else do you want to?
Even in Europe, they are
If you are not
qualities.
inviting all those kind of players, who
Even
else?
in Europe, they are qualities. What we are saying is, what we are saying is how to make
about
growth.
expectation.
We are claiming that we have the material. We don't have the material to make.
So what kind of okay when it comes to materials that you are trying to
Yes.
what kind of materials are you
Nigeria play the kind of football that even you as a fan you don't understand.
It's not Nigeria, Africa.
No. You have
You
to
watch Africa, Morocco, you watch
Tunisia.
Those guys are on a different. Those guys are on a different path. Those guys are on a different path. You don't. Yes, they are in the African continent, but those guys are on a different path.
let him now. Let me see where he's going.
Those guys are on a different path. You don't compare Nigeria and
I'm
Morocco.
with you, yeah.
You say we have the
Materials, yeah.
Have you watched the Nigeria match and you notice that for 2 minutes Nigeria cannot keep the ball?
Okay.
Is that
They lack the ability to complete good passes.
Is it wait, the fault is it based on the
you
players?
blame
The players
Let me tell you, is anything that you give to a player that is going to as a
No, these guys are professionals.
No. is what you
These
those
guys
are.
cannot keep. I just I got to a time that I was watching it. I was listening to the match. Just to a time I just have like.
But the field was not the field was not up to expectation as well because they complained that the field is not good.
Okay, let's just assume that the field is not good. All the matches we have
I'm not assuming the field is not good.
Let us agree. All the matches we have played, is that are we going to blame the pitch? Even at home, will you blame the pitch?
So
We
okay,
will not
let-
play because they want to top point.
so
These are not
Dari, as it stand now, what kind of player do you think Nigeria can have to give you that kind of football that you are talking
Nigeria
about?
should invest in this thing.
In what?
All these things still boils down to structure. If at this 2025 they are still calling Victor Moses. I said Victor Moses Simon.
Moses Simon.
They are still calling Tete.
Okay.
Come and do what?
No, but who I'm currently got him is at AC Milan. Tell me why you cannot call, even if he's playing for Spain and he's at AC Milan, he will be called. Yes, he's at AC Milan, one of the best players.
Have you ever come to Nigeria and perform?
Does it mean
Someone that does not perform for you is not quality for you. If I have a company now and was this good side of you and he come here the first time he's doing rubbish. Decide to come second time. That is not the quality to me. It's just quantity a waste. That is how it works.
It does not matter. See, I won't agree. I won't accept that. I won't agree with you because you know it depends on the way you can trigger the perfection. Wait. I'm telling you, we have so many cases that okay, a manager will come in and you will be like, is it this same set of player that is playing for this team?
You watch the
Yes, but I watched that is 2013
Nations. You see the way they did. Yes, so that is it of the same quality of some of the things we have.
Then after
But
that,
it's not the quality for Nigeria. No, I'm not about someone that is a quality. You can be a quality expert, but you are just
I want you to wait. I want you to understand that this is not Nation Cup that we are going. We are talking about World Cup.
you are playing African countries like this.
Wait, you are talking about Sunday Yumba. Yeah, it's different from when you are playing Nation Cup complex that you want to go and play in World Cup. We are talking about
Qualifiers are still playing your favorite country.
that is what I'm saying. You can't just say okay, this set of players they can't give you what you want.
They are not giving us what.
It's because you don't know how to utilize them. That is it.
Don't have to utilize them. A professional player that play with for your big
what you are saying.
come down and they cannot come even without training. They cannot work for 2 minutes and say they are not utilizing.
So what you are saying is that the players are not committed when it comes to anything like that.
Boniface dem say go dey Baba go dey bango because I just see wetin dey do there. And someone you will put with football that they start Bolivia. At the end of the day, it's not
Okay, let me ask you one question. Sorry, you know, it's possible for you to hire a player. Okay, for example, you have a company, you hire him. That okay, this is the kind of
Work I want you to
work that we are doing here. And that person brought his own idea that okay,
let's do it this way.
let's do it. He left for you that you should accept that kind of idea that he brought.
So
It's possible for you
So
to
what you are
accept.
saying is, Steve, let me understand. Are you saying that the players have not been adhering to the coach's instruction?
For me,
Yes.
for me personally,
Yes.
I don't think that coach is good enough to take us to that level.
who is good?
But we have three coaches. Our four coaches
They are not good.
Yes, Pazero has done it. At least he has not given us what we want, we expected. Fine, but at least out of 100%, Pazero has managed to do like 60% of
You
it.
know one thing about Nigerians. This same Nigerians, we are blaming Pasero.
for the type of football he was playing.
Yes, I want him to.
People will always talk about you. Even Arteta that is doing well, when it comes to Arsenal, you still have some Arsenal fan that they are still even complaining,
That is not
criticizing him. That is, yes, people will surely talk about you. Is it that low where you are
And that
going?
nation score. the
the
player
player
actually
actually pick them up.
they
They
played
played
with their
their
heart.
heart.
Nigeria
Nigeria were playing defensive game
and
and
they
they
defended
defended
well.
well.
Yes, but we played 3-4-3. That is, I think the coach understood that we lack that ability. No, I think he understood that we lack that ability to be compacted. So that is why he decided to.
And he was able to twist the information for us that is going to fit us.
Suit us. So I think that is it. So I be moving on. Into this is 2025, and it seems I can't remember the last time I saw a Nigerian professional club. That is our NFL, our NPFL. That is Nigeria Premier Football League. I can't remember the last time I saw at least our team in the semi-final of the CAF Champions League, semi-final of CAF Champions League. So because I'm going to ask you,
I think Remo Stars competed officially.
no, I said semi-final. I'm not saying
Okay, semi-final.
Like, I remember when Eimba won it for 2 consecutive seasons. Since Eimba did it, I think 2014 and 2005. I've not seen any other Nigeria club repeating it. So the question I'm asking is that lack of growth in our Premier League, is it affecting Super Eagles' growth as well?
Yes, of course. It's the growth, the spillover of the growth of the Nigerian league is definitely going to, get to the national team as well. And I don't know, they have more viewers, they have more publicity year by year, but I don't think we have more quality. Over time, we used to have players that come from the ranks and come and deliver at the national stage, and now it's just more of publicity. I think the problem that we have is the structure, the culture in Nigeria. They talk about some coaches complaining about the discipline of it. And there are players that only have national honors that didn't do well in Europe as expected, and you bring such players who don't have those credentials. Your respect is earned. You don't buy respect. So you bring such a coach who maybe is known to play for only Nigeria, or maybe to play in some Turkey or Russia, what have you, who does not have a well-known footballing career, or who does not earn enough respect. You understand? Imagine if we have the likes of JJ Okocha at the dugout. Everybody will bow. The likes of Nwankwo Kanu.
But some reason was
people will bow.
Just prayer when he played now, but he could not bring that.
Maybe Sunday Olise does not have the profile.
Of culture.
He does not have enough profile to earn the respect.
When you are talking about,
you look at what happened to Real Madrid when Zidane came on board. The players bowed because they know this is a legend. You understand? So we need somebody. We need somebody who can command the dressing room. The last person who commanded the dressing room was Pesero. And even though Nigeria was not playing tiki-taka at the time, they had a style.
Yes.
I don't know if you're getting it now. They had an identity. And you can see what that brought us. So we need a coach that can give us an identity. A coach, if you want to play on the floor, play. If you want to play long, play long. We have the Mourinho's who play long. We have the Guardiola who play tiki-taka. We have the Ancelotti who play freestyle football. You understand? So we need that figure in the dugout, because you can't have European players coming in and players who earn millions of naira weekly, and you now have them coming to somebody who they know they can even pay his salary. I don't know if you understand. So we're talking about the commitment, the commitment, and everything boils down to the culture and the person who is at the helm of the affairs. I don't know if you understand. So a lot of things need to be serenaded.
What do you disagree with? What?
no, it's not.
I'm not saying the lives of you. I'm talking about. I didn't wait. Dari, I never said Dari, don't misquote me. I never said DJ Okuta should come and become a coach. I'm talking about the figure, the pedigree that we need in the dugout. Because we have enough quality. We have people. You can imagine if Okocha is the NFF chairman today.
Or even vice chairman.
Look at Cameroon football. Cameroon football has been gliding for some time now. Samuel Eto'o is at the helm of affairs. This is somebody who had a stellar career. This is somebody who earned Who's respect?
What football is all about.
You understand? So we need people who are in this line. We have them. We have them. We need them to venture. It does not necessarily just have to be Bet King.
So that
until we get it right.
that so if
Not every time, coach.
but coach will always take mistake.
That's the problem we're having.
Anything that is not going well, you have to take
It is very, very important that we take into cognizance the type of player we have. I don't know if you understand. You know, when you want to in giving speech, there's what we call the target audience. When you are talking, you have to say something that is going to appeal to the audience. I don't know if you understand. You know the kind of players we have. These are quality players. I won't agree with you that you say they are not quality players. These players are not performing because they are definitely not in the right environment to
does not
perform.
stop them.
Are you getting it? They are good players. They go back to their clubs. They play stellar football. But when they get to national team, they that's what we are saying. That's what we are saying. If somebody is performing beyond the 4 walls of Nigeria, and the person that comes to Nigeria and is not performing, that means the problem is in Nigeria. Are you getting? So what we need to do is to take into cognizance the culture. Why is these players not performing? And what I can suggest is they don't have the figure to respect.
Because if you look at it now, somebody like Ojwang has gone to Napoli and is doing well. Was a problem at Manchester United.
Manchester United.
Look at Rashford. He has gone to Barcelona and is performing.
So what is my point now? My point is the culture, the environment you create for these guys to play, the environment you create for them to perform is what is more important than them come. Even though you pick somebody from the street, their performance is based on a lot of factors. In football, they lodge players in the hotel to rest enough time. They do, they feed them. They give them some certain type of food. They give them trainings. They mandate them to sleep and rest. All of these things are there. They pay them well. Sometimes they sponsor their families to come over. To the teams to come and maybe come to the stadium to watch the match. Then after the match, they have to liaise with their family. Some of these things they do so that psychologically, physically, there are a lot of factors that contribute to football. Are you getting it now? And from the experience that we have the life when you have somebody like Mourinho, the dugout, you don't do anyhow as a player. It's going to solve you out. You give your best. You have the likes of Ancelotti, Zidane, Guardiola. These are coaches who have given results. These are coaches who have earned their respect. Are you getting it? You just come and go and bring somebody who coached Mali. You go and bring somebody who coached Mali. Is a lie. That's a blatant lie. In Nigeria, that's the blatant lie.
Calm down.
That's the blatant lie.
So if Nigeria does not make it to the 2026 World Cup, who is going to take the blame?
So
who is going to take the blame? Is it NFF, the coach, or the players?
Of course, NFF is responsible for it. NFF is responsible.
Steve, do you agree? Who is going to take the blame?
To a very large extent.
Both NFF and the coach.
And the coach and the players as well.
We used to be coach for qualifiers.
And the players as
A lot of people don't play.
And the players are going to take the blame as well. For Nigeria not making it to the 2026 World Cup, if eventually we don't qualify.
You got to blame them, but not like the problem is from them.
If you
as Africans, the best we can do.
Do you watch Nigeria and Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I saw this.
I was coming from Abuja. I was going on from work. Then we actually trying to follow the game online. And I was like, we are winning 1-0. My guy was just like, they don't score Nigeria on 90 minutes. Osimhen, I went home and I was watching. I saw Osimhen. Like, we can't blame the coach.
Okay.
No, calm down. The coach is doing in that particular game. Like in that game, calm down. In that particular game, we played 4-1-4-1. We deployed our team in that number 6 position, allowing our two wingers, two midfielders up front. Then when he took up Osimhen during that 9 minutes, I think he brought in I think Boniface. And Nigerians were saying, why are you are winning 1-0 that time? Why are you still bringing the striker? But meanwhile, against Rwanda, when you defeated Rwanda, you were 2-0 up. You decided to bring the defenders. But here, you were winning 1-0. All you needed is to keep the tempo and win the game. They brought in strikers. So Nigeria was saying, why didn't you maybe bring in a midfielder or a defender? Because if you look at that game, if you watch that game, highlight, you can go back and go behind. The Zimbabwe were pressing us on that left flank. It was Polos. Like they had like 3 chances for that left flank. That is where it comes. Does it mean that we don't have a coach who can sit down and get the game and say this place there's a lot of loopholes or Polos this angle? Why don't we find way to stop it? And when we considered, it was also for that angle that we considered. So that means we also have coaching issues apart from players' issues as well. Yes, we should be able to consider the quality we have.
But we say we have quality. The quality we get, we have 1-0. Go.
I agree.
We are the fifth ranked team in Africa.
So
Nigeria will win the game 1-0. Then you go.
Anyone can concede in the last minute.
Anybody can
concede. Even if we have quality, what's football now? Barcelona concede, Madrid concede, Man City concede. Even Arsenal that has the best defense, they concede sometimes.
Okay, when you are talking about that, let me take you back to memories when Chelsea won Bayern Munich. At that time, Chelsea, Bayern Munich does not have anything to even to come and to allow Chelsea to come back to that game. In terms of many factors involved because you are playing
at your home.
At your home, you have that pedigree, you have everything going against with you. So you understand. But this is a football game. Anything can happen. A slight mistake can cost you a lot when it comes to football. So for me, your work as a manager, your work is for you to stay outside, to monitor, to look into the game, how the game is going, and you are able to make a tactical changes that this changes can affect maybe positively or negatively. It's going to affect the team. It's not that for you just let me just make a substitution.
So against Lesotho, at Polo Kwene, we are going to play them in Polo Kwene. So if we eventually win Lesotho, because when they came to Nigeria, they picked a point, they drew 1-1 with Nigeria.
Yeah.
So if we eventually win Lesotho, moving forward, are we structured enough to pick all 3 points against Benin Republic when they come to Nigeria?
Yes, now it's not in our hand anymore to qualify. For Nigeria to qualify.
Let's talk about
wait. No, calm down. Fine. If we win all our matches and maybe Benin and South Africa, then later
I think what we should emphasize is South Africa double point, because as it stands, Benin, everything is on our hand.
Yes, that match is our hand.
So we focus now is South Africa drop point, but I don't see South Africa if they can drop.
That is what I'm saying. It's not in our hand again. So even though you win all your matches, it does not guarantee you that you are going to qualify.
Win first.
Okay. Yes. Okay. You say they should win first. Okay. Eventually, maybe they later on won the matches.
The two matches. And South Africa win all the matches. We are going.
That does not mean that we are going to qualify.
We now lose one match. South Africa now the match.
That is what I'm saying. It is not in our hands anymore.
It's still in our hands because we must win.
Yes. Just like I started. I said we need a mishap to happen to either South Africa or Benin Republic. By the way, Nigeria needs to be ready to take the chance.
Sure.
So before we are ready to take the chance, we need to win our matches, and that is in economics there is the control factor and uncontrolled factor. Sure. The one we can control,
we must take it.
We must take it first. So the one that is within our own reach is to win our matches. If possible, we are able to win our matches. Most definitely we must have luck to be on the same point with Benin Republic and have a better goal difference. If we win all our matches, if we have a better goal defense.
As it stands,
If we win both of our matches, we will top Benin. We are not going to top Benin. We are going to have the same point. We only top Benin Republic if we have a better goal difference.
They win us.
they won us in their home 2-1.
Benin Republic has like
Before goal difference.
Head to head in Africa
before goal difference. Okay.
Also, they have that opportunity to qualify. They also the only boys they are going to play South Africa, so they also need to win South Africa.
That is, we are hoping that there's going to be a mismatch with two other countries, but at the same time,
We must take
the
our
ball is in our court. We need to deliver. We need to deliver. We need to be there. We need to be there. We need to be ready to take it.
Steve, talking about winning against Lesotho, what do you think will be the outcome of the game, the scoreline?
I think 2-0.
Nigeria 2, Lesotho nil.
Nigeria should win.
IBB, what is the scoreline?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue with 2-0.
2-0.
Nigeria 2.
That you have always been the prophet, the man who sees tomorrow. So you must see this one. You have seen a lot. Nigeria 3, Lesotho nil. I will play.
I don't talk to the piano. I don't say the ones who say they're good.
We pray it happens because if we misses out on this World Cup, that is two consecutive World Cups that we have not been in it. So we must be in 2026 World Cup. So I pray that luck will be on Nigerian side, and I pray to see Nigeria in the 2026 World Cup. Till then, we say let's keep talking football.